Where shall I go? My father did not want me. My stepmother hates me. Pastor David said he did not know me. I have no money, no food, nowhere to sleep. Zara walked to the church, hoping Pastor David would help her. But when she got there, the church was locked. A paper on the door said, "Church closed. Pastor traveling." Pastor David had run away. Zara sat on the church steps and cried until she had no more tears. The baby in her belly moved, telling her she was not alone, but that also meant she had to take care of two people now. When the night became very dark and scary, an old woman came walking down the street. She was carrying a lamp. Her name was Mama Ngozi. "My daughter, why are you sitting here so late?" Mama Ngozi asked. Her voice was kind and warm. Zara looked up. The old woman's face had many lines but looked gentle. Her eyes were full of kindness. "I have nowhere to go, Mama," Zara said with a broken voice. "Why? What happened?" Zara told her everything. About Pastor David, about the baby, about being thrown out. Mama Ngozi listened without saying anything bad. "Come with me," Mama Ngozi said. "You cannot sleep on the street. It's not safe." Mama Ngozi lived in a small room behind her shop where she sold soap. The room was tiny but clean. It smelled like soap and palm oil. "Why are you helping me?" Zara asked as Mama Ngozi gave her food and a place to sleep. "Because 30 years ago I was just like you," Mama Ngozi said sadly. She told Zara her story. When she was young, a man had also tricked her. He said he would marry her. When she got pregnant, he said he did not know her and ran away. Her family threw her out too. "I slept on the streets for many days," Mama Ngozi said. "I almost died, but God saved me. Now I help other girls who have the same problem." "What happened to your baby?" Zara asked. Mama Ngozi's eyes filled with tears. "He died when he was 2 years old. He got sick, and I had no money for medicine." Zara felt very sad for this woman who had suffered so much but still helped others. Zara stayed with Mama Ngozi for 7 months. During the day, she helped in the shop. Her belly grew bigger and bigger, like a big ball. Some people were kind to her. They would touch her belly and pray for her. But others said mean things. "Look at that girl, so young and pregnant with no husband. These young girls have no shame. Her parents must feel so bad." Each mean word hurt Zara. But Mama Ngozi would always make her feel better. "People talk because they have nothing else to do," she would say. "Think about your baby. That child did nothing wrong and needs love." When it was time for the baby to come, Zara felt terrible pain. It felt like someone was trying to tear her apart. Mama Ngozi held her hand as she screamed. "Push, my daughter, push," Mama Ngozi said. After many hours of pain, the baby came out. It was a beautiful baby girl with big eyes like Zara and fat cheeks. "She's beautiful," the nurse said, cleaning the baby. "What will you call her?" "Grace," Zara said quietly. When Zara held her daughter for the first time, all the pain and shame seemed to go away. This tiny person was perfect. This tiny person was hers. "I'm sorry you came into this world in a hard way," she said to baby Grace. "But I promise I will love you more than anything." Taking care of Grace was not easy. Zara had to work all day in Mama Ngozi's shop while carrying the baby on her back. The baby would cry when she was hungry. Zara would stop working to feed her. Some customers were mean. They would say, "That baby is disturbing us. Take her away." But Zara had nowhere else to go. She needed to work to buy food and baby things. At night, when Grace cried, Zara would sing to her, "Sleep, my baby, sleep. Mama is here, don't weep. Tomorrow will be better. Mama loves you forever." Grace grew into a happy little girl. She had her mother's beautiful eyes and sweet smile. She did not know that other children had fathers. To her, it was normal to live with Mama and Grandma Ngozi. But children at school started asking questions. "Grace, where's your daddy? Why don't you have a daddy like us?" Grace would come home crying, "Mama, where's my daddy? Why don't I have one?" Zara's heart would break every time. How could she explain to a 5-year-old that her father was a bad man who ran away? "Some families are different, my love," she would say. We have Mama and Grandma Ngozi. We have lots of love. One day, while Zara was working in the shop, a big car stopped outside. A man in nice clothes got out. It was Pastor David. He looked older now. His hair had some gray in it. But Zara recognized him immediately. Her hands started shaking. "Zara," he said, coming into the shop, "I heard you were here." "What do you want?" Zara asked, her voice shaking. I came to see my daughter." "Your daughter?" Zara laughed, but it was not a happy laugh. 5 years ago, you said you did not know me. You said I was lying. Now you want to see your daughter? Just then, little Grace came running into the shop. She had been playing outside with other children. She stopped when she saw the strange man. Pastor David looked at her, and his face went white. Grace looked exactly like him. Same nose, same mouth, same shape of face. There was no way anyone could say she was not his child. "Grace," Zara said, "go inside and stay with Grandma Ngozi." "Is that man my daddy?" Grace asked innocently. The question hit Pastor David like a slap. He looked ashamed and could not speak. "Why are you here now?" Zara asked when Grace went inside. "My wife, she cannot have children," Pastor David said quietly. "The doctors say she will never have a baby. I have been thinking about Grace." "So, now, you remember you have a daughter? When you need her?" "Zara, I was wrong. I was scared back then. I thought if people knew, I would lose everything." "You did lose everything," Zara said, her voice getting louder. "You lost your daughter's first steps, her first words, her first day of school. You lost 5 years of being a father." Pastor David looked very sad. "I know. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me?" That night, Zara could not sleep. Mama Ngozi sat with her, drinking tea. "What are you thinking, my daughter?" Mama Ngozi asked. "He says he wants to be part of Grace's life now. He says he will take care of us." "And what do you want?" "I don't know. Part of me is still angry. He hurt me so much. But another part of me thinks about Grace. She deserves to know her father. What does your heart tell you?" Zara touched her chest. "My heart is confused. But when I see how Grace's face lit up when she asked if he was her daddy, maybe every child needs their father." The next day, Pastor David came back. This time, he brought toys and sweets for Grace. "Hello, little one," he said gently to Grace. Grace hid behind her mother's dress. She was shy. "Are you really my daddy?" she asked in a small voice. Pastor David knelt down to her level. "Yes, I am. And I'm very sorry I was not here before." "Where were you?" I was lost. But now I found you, and I want to be your daddy if you will let me." Grace looked at her mother. Zara nodded. Slowly, Grace came out from behind her mother. She looked at Pastor David carefully. "Will you teach me to ride a bicycle like other daddies do?" "Yes, I will teach you everything." "Will you read me stories at night?" "Every night, if you want." "Will you never go away again?" Pastor David's eyes filled with tears. "Never again. I promise." It was not easy at first. Grace was not used to having a father. Pastor David was not used to being a father. But slowly, they started to get to know each other. He would come every day after work to spend time with Grace. He would help her with her homework. He would push her on the swing. He would buy her new clothes and shoes. But the most important thing he did was apologize to Zara in front of everyone. He went to her father's house. He went to the church where everyone knew their story. He stood up and said, "I want everyone to know that I wronged Zara. She was young and innocent, and I took advantage of her. She told the truth, and I lied. I was a coward. I asked for forgiveness from her family, and from God." Zara's father Emeka cried when he heard Pastor David's confession. He had thrown out his innocent daughter and believed the lies of a bad man. He came to Mama Ngozi's shop the next day. "My daughter," he said to Zara, tears in his eyes, "I have sinned against you. I did not believe you when you told the truth. I threw you out when you needed me most. Can you ever forgive your foolish father?" Zara looked at this man who had caused her so much pain, but he was still her father, and she could see that he was truly sorry. "Papa," she said, hugging him, "I forgive you. Even Ketchy came to apologize. I was wrong, she said. I let jealousy make me cruel to you. You are my daughter too, and I failed you. 2 years later, Pastor David asked Zara to marry him. This time it was different. This time, he asked her in front of everyone. This time, he was not hiding anything. I want to do this right, he said. I want to marry you properly. I want Grace to see her parents get married. I want to give you the respect you always deserved. The wedding was small but beautiful. Grace was the flower girl. She wore a pretty pink dress and threw flowers on the ground as her parents walked together. Mama Ngozi cried happy tears. My daughter is finally getting her happy ending, she said. After the wedding, they moved to a nice house. Pastor David started a new church where he preached about forgiveness and second chances. Many people who had made mistakes came to hear him speak. Zara went back to school. Pastor David paid for her to study nursing. She wanted to help other women who faced difficult pregnancies. Grace grew up knowing she was loved by both her parents. She became a confident, happy child who always helped other children who felt different or alone. Did this story touch your heart? Have you ever faced a situation where everything seemed hopeless, but love and forgiveness made it better? What would you have done if you were Zara? What would you have done if you were Pastor David? Tell us in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Don't forget to subscribe,